What's up, you guys? Welcome and welcome back to my channel. I'm excited to do my makeup today. I have an idea of what I want. Really, the only thing I know is I want it to be sort of pinks and berries sort of looks, and I want it to be heavy, okay? Like full glam, full coverage makeup. So I'm really excited to play in my makeup. I'm pulling out some things that I either haven't used in a really long time or I've purchased and just never got around to using. I don't think I have anything really new here, but I do believe most, if not everything here, you guys can still get if there was something that you liked. So let's jump into the video. Don't forget to hit subscribe and give this video a thumbs up, and let's get started. My skin is already prepped. I used the Rhode Beauty Glazing Milk. I love this. Ever since I purchased it, I have not applied my makeup without it. If you want like a little review on it, you can look at the very first video on my channel. I use this and then I follow up with the moisturizing cream, which is the Peptide Glazing Fluid. Love it. It really does make a difference. Your makeup, it just glides on. It's super moisturizing, and just look at my skin. It looks great. I also went in with my Kiehl's Avocado Eye Cream, and that is all I have on my face right now. So now I'm gonna go into color correcting, and I'm gonna use, it's starting to become my new favorite, the Morphe Wakeup Artist Papaya 03 Under Eye Correcting Concealer. I used this one also in my first video and I wasn't sure about it, but let me tell you, I love it. I've been reaching for it so much. What I like most about it, so the color is okay. It could have been a little bit deeper, but it does what it needs to do for me. But what I love about it is how it dries down. It dries down and it doesn't move. So before, with a lot of my other like color correctors, I would have to use it and then go in and set it with the powder to make sure that it doesn't move. For this one, it is not necessary. It dries down. It almost dries down a little bit too fast, but I prefer that because I know it's not going anywhere. I like to apply this step with a fluffy brush because I want it diffused. I'm just going over the areas that are dark, okay? This is gonna prevent those areas from showing through the makeup and looking sort of gray. For foundation, I really wanted to pull out something that I don't really use or I haven't used in a really long time, but that I do love. So I'm gonna mix. I'm gonna use my trusted MAC Studio Fix Fluid Foundation, and I am in the shade NC50. And then I'm gonna mix that in with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation in the shade 14 Warm. Oh my goodness, and I just forgot my primer. So even though I did my color correcting, I'm still gonna go in with my primer. I pulled out my Nars Soft Matte Primer. This is almost done. And I just was like, you know what, let me just finish it up. I really like this one. I think I would rebuy this one. I haven't used it in so long that I don't really remember. But the fact that it's almost done tells me something, you know? Because I don't really use stuff that I don't really like. Like, you know, I have to really like a product to hit pan on it. But anyway, put a little primer on. I'm gonna go into my foundation. I'm using the Sigma Flat Kabuki F80 brush. And I'm just gonna coat the brush with the foundation and press it in. So the two foundations are both super high coverage, super full coverage. So I should be good in that department. I'm bringing it down my neck ever so slightly. My neck is discolored because I am only 3 months postpartum. And so my neck turned really dark. It's actually really light compared to what it was. So yeah, my neck is still adjusting back to real life for me. And I'm putting a little bit of foundation at the start of my brow because I want a soft brow, and my brows are microbladed, so the front can be very harsh. So I just put a little foundation there just to soften it up for before I go into doing my brows. And as you can see, that softened it up perfectly. So when I go in with my brow pen, I can, you know, do it how I like. Now I'm gonna go into contour. This is a new product. I mean, it's not new, but I just got it, and so I haven't used it before. This is the LYS Beauty No Limits Cream Bronzer Stick, and I got mine in the shade Strength Dark. I wanna see this, how this is. All right, put a little bit there, a little bit there. I'm just gonna start with that. I don't wanna go too crazy. I think I'm gonna use a sponge to blend that in. Just blending upward. And take what is left on the sponge to do my forehead. And I'm pressing up. I'm not just pressing and letting it drag down. I'm trying to keep it from passing this line down here. Oh, I like this though. We put a little down here. Just going back in with my foundation brush just to soften up those edges. I'm gonna take my Morphe M572 brush and contour my nose area. I'm telling you, a little goes so long with this, so you don't need a lot if you're gonna use this product. For concealer today, I'm gonna go in with the Dior Skin Correct concealers. First, I'm gonna go in with 4.5N and then 4W. 4.5N is closer to my skin tone. 4W is lighter than this one. And then if I feel like I still need more brightening, then I'll go in with something even brighter, but I'm not sure if I'll need to go that far. I like to layer my concealer. So I'm gonna go in with this one first, blend it out, and then the next one and the next one. And I just like to start with blending out the edges. Blend out the edges first. Make sure those are nice and seamless. All right, next I'm gonna go in with my second layer of concealer, and this one is in the shade 4W. So this one you can see is about 2 shades lighter than my skin tone. I don't think I'm gonna go any darker than this today. I think I'm gonna try to blend it out with one of these. I've never blended out concealer with one of these. I usually just use these for powder, but I saw someone do it and it looked like it gave a really nice finish, so I'm gonna try it. Start with the edges. All right, this is definitely giving me more coverage than the sponge because the sponge soaks it up a little bit. Ooh, this is nice. And it seems like it helps you kind of carve out the nose area. Okay, I like the amount of brightness I have, but I don't like how the edges aren't blended in. So I'm just gonna stop with the sponge, with the puff, and work on buffing out these edges. I'm gonna take my foundation brush, nothing is on it, just hit those edges. Now I'm gonna go into my cream blush, and this is new. This is the Juvia's Place Blushed Liquid Blush in the shade Pink Lady. I told you I'm going for like really pinky today, pinky slash berry. This is Pink Lady. It's this nice bubblegum pink. I'm scared because these are super, super pigmented blushes. So I'm trying to go in sort of like, oh, that color is gorgeous. Ooh. But look how pigmented it is. And I took off so much. Whoa. All right, so I'm gonna have to, but you know what? I do want heavy blush today. So I need to stop being scared of the blush, honey. Stop being scared of the blush. All right. We're gonna keep it up high and close to the eye. This is another sheen brush with the same kind of shape. And I'm just gonna go over that. There's nothing on the brush. And I'm just gonna press this in. Look at that, that is gorgeous. This color is everything. I don't know, I've been like obsessed with the baby doll pink blush color lately. Now I'm gonna set my eyes and then I'm gonna bake later on. I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty Easy Bake powders. I'm going to mix Cinnamon Bun with Blondie to get like a custom sort of shade to set. And then later on when I'm baking, I think I'm just gonna use Blondie. This step is making sure that it goes nowhere. My concealer is gonna stay put. Make sure the powder is flat on your brush. So when you dip it into your powder, don't just dip and go straight in for this step. You wanna dip and press. Make sure it's flat. Make sure you don't have any lumps or anything like that on the powder puff or whatever you're using. Blending out these creases, and then I'm gonna go in and set. I like that color. Not too dark and not too light. It gives a subtle brightness to the skin. Now I'm just gonna go into Cinnamon Bun and lightly dust over the rest of my face so that it is also set with the powder. I'm gonna use my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush bronzer in number 4 Deep. Now I'm going to bake my under eyes. I'm gonna use the Blondie color, and I'm just gonna set some powder underneath my eyes while I'm doing the rest of my face. It'll really get that under eye looking nice and bright and smooth. And because I already set, I can go in with as much of this as I want. It's not gonna look blotchy or crazy when I'm ready to clean it off. And I'm gonna show you another step that I like to do to make sure that it doesn't cause like a line of demarcation. Make sure you get under the eye real good. I'm gonna take a little bit of chocolate and just do a little bit of reverse contour. Immediately, I'm gonna buff away the like the edges here. This is gonna help make sure that there's no like harsh line when you finally do wipe away your bake. Just get the harsh lines out of there with a little tiny brush. Make sure the edges are nice and diffused. Okay, and then immediately I just take this and brush this away. I don't want this to sit for too long. See? Perfect. So for my brows, I'm going to use the NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen in the shades Brunette, Ash Brown, and Caramel. I'm not sure if I'm going to use all colors today, but these are the ones I usually use. I think Ash Brown is the darkest, so I'm going to start with that one toward the end of my brow. And then I'll use either Caramel or Brunette for the front / middle. I hope I can do this and not block you guys out because I need like a really close eye to do this. Now I'm going to take Caramel, the lighter brown color, and use that to fill in the front of the brow. Child, sometimes I go a little too heavy on the brows, but listen, it is what it is, right? So I'm gonna let that dry. Now let's get into eyeshadow. I'm gonna use the MAC Pro Longwear Paint Pot in Soft Ochre to prime my lids. I'm just gonna use my finger with this. I have no idea what color, like what I'm gonna do. I don't have a palette that has every color that I want to use, so I'm just going to use a couple different palettes. And look at me skipping steps. I didn't even carve out my brows, so I'm going to carve out my brow real quick. Just clean it up, and I really need that because I have a lot of like little peach fuzz under there. I think I'm just going to clean up under the arch, and I'm going to use my Nars Soft Matte Complete Concealer in the shade Amande. This is like my third box of these. Definitely not new to me, but this is a new one that I'm opening right now. This is like really close to my skin tone, so I love that. And I'm using my MAC 212 brush, and I'm just gonna carve out underneath the arch. And then I have my Patrick Ta Major Dimension 2 palette that has some pinks. It has, I don't really want to use these because these are more peachy. I'm thinking of hopping into this shade right here. So I'm going to go into that shade out of the Patrick Ta palette with my Morphe M441 brush. I'm going to put this all over my crease. I want like a deeper berryish kind of color to deepen my outer V. So I'm going to use my Patrick Ta Double Take Cream and Powder blush in She's Wanted. I'm going to use this blush today anyway, so I'm going to add some to the outer V of my eye to see if that can deepen it up a little bit. I don't have a lot of eye space. My eyes are very small. All right, next I have my Danessa Myricks Lightwork I Am palette. I'm thinking I'm gonna pop the Unbreakable shade on my lid with my finger. Let's see. Let me try Loved. Let's try Loved on top. See if that brightens it up. It does, but it doesn't. Let's see. I need something a little brighter. I know you guys know what I mean, like something to make the eye really pop. I guess I have to go into a different sort of color. Oh my God, I'm scared. Okay. Using my Morphe Trendsetter. Like I said, I'm gonna go in with my Patrick Ta Double Take Cream and Powder blush. I'm gonna go into the powder part, and this is in She's Wanted. And I'm using this to sort of brush away the powder at the same time that I'm applying my blush. Something happened over here where like my pores look kind of crazy. I don't know what happened, honey. Now I'm gonna go into my Zayoli Beauty Sleek Cheek Blush Palette that I picked off of Amazon. And I'm gonna go into the lighter pink hair and I'll mix it a little bit with that one just to get a transition pink. Yeah. I don't know what happened, why it looks so like weird. All right. And I'm gonna try to press this in and dust it away. I'm gonna use my Hourglass Veil Soft Focus Setting Spray. Now I'm gonna take a pressed powder. I think I'm gonna use my MAC. I'm gonna use my MAC Studio Fix in NC47. And this is my Real Techniques extra big powder brush. I'm just gonna slightly set the rest of my face with this. Now I'm just gonna go into my Charlotte Tilbury finishing powder in number 2. Do I want number 2 or do I want number 3? I think I'm gonna use number 3 instead today. And I'm just going to set under my eyes again with this. I don't know what was the issue, why my pores were looking like that with that powder, but thank God it went away. I think I'm just gonna go on with the gloss today. I'm gonna open up my Lawless Forget the Filler Lip Plumping Line Smoothing Gloss in the shade Velvet. I wanted to do like a pink lip, but I think that's a little bit too much pink, so I'm just gonna go, well, I think this is pink. Oh, actually it is pink, so let's see. Ooh, do I wanna do pink? And then I'm gonna go on top of it with the same lip gloss, but in the shade Glazed, to see, because the Glazed has some shimmer. So let's see. All right, I'll see if I need to change it later, but this is what I'm working with for the, all right, I think I need some highlighter. I thought I was done, but I need some highlighter. My goodness, I need highlighter. I have my MAC Soft and Gentle. I'm just gonna put a little bit on the high cheekbones. Just a little tiny bit. A little bit on my nose, forehead. Okay. All right, that's it for the makeup. I'm gonna do my hair. Okay guys, this is the final look of the makeup. What do you guys think? I think it came out really, really cute. It's exactly the type of vibe I was going for. I think the eyes came out really cute. I'm usually not an eye girl, but I really like how it came out today. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any more. If you enjoyed this video and you learned something, definitely give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys on the next one.